Good afternoon, everybody. And welcome to the tip-off event. After 8 incredible months of probably the most competitive season, the most competitive EuroLeague season that we've ever witnessed, I'm finally able and very happy to say welcome to the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague Final Four. Well, I'm Joe Arlukis, or here in Lithuania, I'm Joe Arlauskas, as some people call me. And I'll be the person taking you through this 2023 Final Four tip-off event. Welcome you to Kaunas, which is obviously one of the best cities in the world for basketball. It's where basketball was almost born. It's so nice to be here in such a city that just embraces our sport. And we're looking forward to an incredible weekend. As the 4 participants here know better than I do, it's been an incredible 34-game regular season, a roller coaster ride for everybody. And after the playoffs that we witnessed, I have no idea what's in store for us this weekend. So I'm really looking forward for an epic weekend of this Final Four. During the next hour, I'll be guiding you through this tip-off event. The event's going to be a little bit different than usual. You could expect some of the traditional questions from the media, but we've also included a few surprises along the way. Most important, we're going to open up the floor this year to the real experts, the people that turn on the TV every week and watch the games day after day, and those are the fans. And possibly we'll have another surprise along the way also, or a couple of them. But for now, let's get to the important part of this, and let's introduce the 4 coaches and a player from each team that, if I can honestly say, you guys have survived this amazing season. First, we're going to start with Olympiakos. It's Coach Yorgos Bartzokas and Kostas Papanikolaou. Now we're going to AS Monaco, Coach Sasa Obradovic, and Mike James.
That's what I'm saying. My mic is
Oh, fuck. Now for FC Barcelona, Sarunas Jasikevičius and Thomas Stantaradski. And our last participant, of course, is Real Madrid with Coach Jus Mateo and Jana Musa. Now that we have all 4 teams, please, ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for our 4 survivors. All right, this is the part of the show where we start to get some questions in here. Hold on a second. Wait a second. Looks like I'm being interrupted before we start the questions. Hello?
Hello, Joe.
Sophia.
Hello, everyone. How are you?
I'm good, but aren't you supposed to be here with me?
I'm sorry, I didn't want to steal the spotlight from you, but you have to stay tuned because I have a very special surprise and I want everyone to find out with me.
What do we have to wait around for that surprise or what?
Yes, you're going to have to wait and see because it's worth it.
Perfect. I told you there were going to be surprises. That's going to be our first surprise of the night. Thank you, Sophia. And I hope you're on your way and not leaving me here alone. But instead, let's get back to the show that we have here. Usually I give these pre-written questions to these guys and I do the job for them, but we're going to give this, as I said, we're going to break the ice with the fans a little bit. So tonight we have people that wrote in questions from around the world through social platforms and social media, and they're going to be the ones asking the questions here to start with, all right? So our first question is going to be to Olympiakos, and that comes right up there, you see on the screen. What is the moment of the season in which you told yourself, yes, this team will go very far? Which one of you 2 wants to take that question? Coach Bartzokas with the assist.
Yes, Kostas.
Thank you. Kostas, go.
Good evening to everybody. I hope we all enjoy
this weekend. Let's have some great games and the best team win at the end of this weekend. Now, about the question, I don't think in this year's EuroLeague you could at any point really tell that this could be a good year or not. It was a very competitive season, as Joe said, the most competitive. And you can see that also from the way the standings was going throughout the season. Every team was 1 or 2 wins apart from the other, and until the last rounds of the regular season, we still didn't know who will be the first team, the second team, or the 8th team that will be on the playoffs. So I don't think any team at any point had a confidence or it was 100% sure that it's going to be a great season. You just go through the process and you try to be better and better day by day, game by game, and see what that brings you in the end of a regular season.
Thank you, Kostas. Let's move on to our next question. This will be for AS Monaco, and either one of the two you can take it as you read up on the board. How does it feel to be in the Final Four after everybody doubted you guys?
It's a bad question.
Well, I can agree with this, like everybody from the beginning doubted us, and not just to be in a playoff, that's supposed to be a reachable goal, but being in a Final Four with the best coaches, with the best players, it's really amazing, like the group of people who I face, helped me a lot, like to be better coach first, and to achieve, like this amazing goal. I'm happy again, being around you guys. And yes, we did, come not just to compete. Honestly, we will do everything to be even more interesting, and still, to dream.
Thanks, Coach. Next question, and this is going to go to FC Barcelona. It's going to go to Thomas. I'm going to have you answer this question if you can. Go into the Final Four. Please describe how you feel.
Hello, everybody. Well, honestly, this is my first Final Four. It's been an amazing feeling to be in this event. It's been my dream since I watched as a kid the Final Four of 2006 in Prague, in my hometown, and it's definitely one of those things that you can, you want to experience as a player and be in that position. So, this season has been fun so far, but it's also a big challenge to be here and to focus on the right things. But like I said, you also have to appreciate to be at this event because this is where the all European basketball is watching you at this stage.
Great job, Tony. It sounds like you prepared that answer, man.
Not really.
Last question for Real Madrid. I'm going to give this one over to Chus Mateo. Who in the whole Real Madrid organization, I'm going to talk about the team more than the organization, has the most competitive mindset?
Hello, everybody. I think that there's not just one person who got this tough mentality. I think that it's more the spirit of club, the spirit of the team. This was a very tough path to come till here, and it was good to know that we never retreat, we never surrender, and it was good to see how our team survived, as Joe said, to come here to the Final Four. We are very proud of the players, but this mentality is coming from a long time ago in this club and this team.
Thank you, Chus. Great questions from our fans, from the real experts, as we call them. I'm just hoping that none of them could try to take my job someday. It's bad enough I already have Kyle Hines, if he ever retires, starting to take my job. So let's move on to the next section of this, and hold on one second again. I think Sophia's calling us. Sophia.
Hello, Joe.
Hello?
Did you miss me?
Of course I missed you. Are you coming? Are you here?
No, I'm not there yet, but I have a very special guest that I want to introduce you.
Let's see it.
He's coming. So now you're gonna find out.
I know that guy.
Everyone clapping. Well, there is no better guest. He doesn't need any introduction, and he is Olympiacos Piraeus forward, Sasha Vesenkov. How are you?
Hello, hello. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Let's take a seat. Well, first of all, how are you? Are you excited?
I'm good. I'm happy to see
A lot of views.
a lot of me's and happy to be here.
Is it intimidating to see a lot of views?
You know, it's fun, you know. I've seen it only on the TV, you know, on the NBA, on the big shows, so it's nice to see with my face.
Yeah, well, everyone, I'm sure they're wondering, is your second Final Four in a row for you and for the team? Do you think this is it?
You know, we're just living the moment. We're happy to be here. You know, we're a really strong bonded team. Last year was our first Final Four as a group. And I think to be here again is something really big, and we're very happy about it.
Well, let's see how it goes. We wanted this to be a different interview, an interactive interview, especially with the fans that are here waiting for you. So I'm going to give the floor to anyone wanting to ask a question to our guest. Over there? Okay.
Sasha, I just wanted to ask, how important has your family been for your success in life and basketball in general so far?
My family is like everything. They gave me all manners, and they gave me the floor to play basketball and to be, first of all, to be a nice human being, to be a human being. My father was a basketball player, so you know I had to, and I wanted to follow his path. My mom was everywhere for me from the time I remember, and my sister was my role model for everything she was doing. So, you know, these three people and all my relatives, but especially these three people, I owe them everything I am today.
Well, I'm sure they're very proud of you. But I don't know if you can see anyone in the crowd apart from you.
I know, you know.
Well, come on stage. They wanted to be here on such a special day for you, for the team. Good to see you. Well,
Sasha, it's such a joy to be here and to be able to celebrate you. And
okay, we need a mic so we can hear you.
it's been such a great joy to be able to be here and celebrate you. And you know how proud we are of you. There are really no words to say how really, really proud you make us. And this year, it's definitely not just us who have recognized and value what you've done in this season, and what an incredibly amazing year you've had, and how all your dedication, hard work, focus, sacrifices have paid off. But it's also the EuroLeague coaches, players, fans, media. So it is a great pleasure to announce to you that you are this year's EuroLeague MVP.
Congratulations.
You know, first of all, I want to thank.
Well, here's our president.
Thank you.
Congratulations for the amazing season.
Thank you very much.
Можемо,
Можемо, да.
Here, so we can all see you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, this was just one of the surprises that we had for you today, but stay tight because we're gonna go there, right there, to the fan zone. We're on our way with our MVP.
That's great. Come on, bring it. Bring that MVP. Congratulations, Sasha and Coach. Sasha sent me a message and said he's sorry he couldn't be here this weekend, but you'll see him next week for the Greek games.
There is no other week. This is the week.
Well, we told you that was obviously a big surprise for all of us, and we told you there's more surprises along the way. So there's a lot of guests, a lot of people, because this game has reached so many people over the last few years, especially this season. We went out and we got some famous people, some stars that we all recognize and know around the league to ask some questions also to our panel here. So if you answered the first question, you don't have to answer the second question unless it's directed to you. Let's go with video number 1. Each of these will be a little bit of a surprise, but this next video will be Olympiacos, and I think you know, kind of maybe know who this guy is. It's gonna ask the question.
Coach Barzokas and Bob, I just want to say congratulations on getting to another Final Four. My question is for both of you. 10 years ago, we were able to celebrate a EuroLeague title in London. What about that team do you guys remember the most? Is there something about that experience that can help you guys win the title this weekend? Congratulations and best of luck.
No, Coach, take it away. That's you.
Okay.
You can't escape all the questions.
First of all, you know, watching Kyle, Kyle was a big part of this EuroLeague title in 2013 in London. I'm really happy to see him playing even now. Basically, it was a completely different situation because the previous season, 2012, won the EuroLeague title with coach Dusan Ivkovic. And then I was the head coach in London. We were the back-to-back EuroLeague champions. Wasn't easy at all, especially for me as a newcomer in this highest level. But we had a very strong team from the previous season with some new, pieces. The team has a lot of confidence because, they believe in themselves. We believe in our team. Always Olympiacos has some amazing players like Kyle, like Kostas beside me, like Spanoulis, Printezis, and all those legendary players for Olympiacos. But the team effort in our club was always the key. So this is what we have to keep. This is what I'm trying to add to the team every year. The team effort, the unselfish type of thinking. So I think this is what we have to base in this EuroLeague Final Four also for this year.
Thank you, Coach. Let's move on to our next video, and this next video will be for Monaco. And we have a question from a local hero. Let's see the question.
Congratulations, guys, for qualifying to the Final Four. Welcome to Kaunas. I would like to ask you how happy you are to bring your club for the first time to Final Four.
That's for you, Mike.
As an organization, I think it's just big to be here and big to experience with everybody else for their first time. It kind of feel like my first time since I haven't been in like 8 years, but it's fun to be here. It's a good event, and just trying to enjoy the moment and try to get some wins.
At least 2, right? Our next video will be for Saras, and it's for FC Barcelona. Cue up our next video, please.
Hello, everyone. This is Alex Gorecha and Saras. How important is to control the tempo of the game in a match where the feelings, the emotions are very high, and to combine the heart and the mind, especially in important moments. Mucha suerte, amigo, y todo lo mejor. Besos, Anitas.
Well, first of all, hello to everybody. Great to be here, home for the Final Four. Congratulations to the city of Kaunas for hosting this great event. To answer Alex's question, I think there's some things we can control. I think there's some things we cannot control. I think it's okay to be nervous. I think it's okay to probably make mistakes at some point. At some point, you have to calm down, try to play your game, be together as possible, for the coaches to be very calm, which in our club probably is going to be very difficult. and to, you know, find a way between the suffering and enjoyment. This is the most important, but I like the pressure. I like the pressure. I like the pressure for our team. I think it takes out the best in our guys, and hopefully we can do well.
All right, thank you, Coach. We have our next video. This one's coming from someone that we all know and has been here a few times before. And Zana, this one will be for you, all right? So listen up, and I'll try to translate it for the people that aren't on the Spanish. Go ahead, cue it up.
Hola equipo, muchas felicidades por haber llegado a la Final Four. Habéis sido increíbles. ¿Creéis que la mentalidad que habéis tenido en el playoff puede servir para la Final Four? Mucha suerte y a la Madrid.
That question was essentially can the momentum that you guys picked up in the playoff with the 3 games in a row against Partizan carry over into the Final Four, Zana?
First of all, hello everyone. It's a privilege and honor to be here. As Thomas said, it's my first Final Four, so it's really special feeling to be here. And in terms of question, you know, I'm believing that our team is in a great spot right now. That we have a great momentum coming into the Final Four, and of course, as Lucas said, we're trying to get the same momentum in the Final Four. It won't be easy, but as Drew said a couple of times, you know, we're trying to live in a moment, try to go game by game, play by play, and see what happens at the end.
Thanks, Jana. Thanks, Luca, for that question. Send that question in. Well, those are great questions. And now I guess it's time for all you media guys out there who want to ask questions. I know you guys are chomping at the bit a little bit to get your questions in. So we have a couple rules as far as the media questions go. We have a couple mics on both sides of the auditorium. All right, raise your hand when you're called upon. Well, hold on a second, relax, let me finish my instructions. Everybody raise their hand at once. Raise your hand, and when you get called upon, please stand up, state your name and your media outlet, and ask your questions, okay? Let's go one by one here. Now you can raise your hands, guys. Where's our mics?
Hi, hello. I'm Yann Onana for French newspaper L'Équipe. A question for Sharas. Hi. Could you tell us if it was somewhere in your head a dream, I mean, the last years in your career to play this kind of event in this town? So how was it for you, and how do you deal with that kind of emotion as a coach? I mean, can it get into the way of being the best coach you can be in terms of dealing with all that thing, you know, all the history you have here? Thank you.
No, I think this is the easiest Final Four. If you think about it, my whole family is here. They don't have to travel. I just have to pay for the tickets. That's it. They all here. You know, so it's really easy. You know, as far as getting in the way, like I said, all the surroundings are very comfortable. The arena is like a home. Really, so far everything is extremely, extremely comfortable. So also, you know, having been through many of these situations helps a lot. So I think it should be okay.
Thank you for the question. Let's go to this side of the room right here. Where's the microphone over here?
Hello, Joe. Hello, everybody. This is Jordi Rovirosa from the Television of Catalonia. May I ask a question? Hello, Yorgos. May I ask you a question in Spanish to Satoransky? If it's possible, please. Bueno, Sato, me gustaría saber cómo llegáis a esta Final Four y qué es lo que realmente deseáis, por favor.
The question is, if I could translate for Thomas, is how have you guys arrived to this Final Four, and what do you expect out of this weekend?
Bueno, hablo en castellano, pues I'll answer in Spanish or in English?
Go ahead, but I'm not going to translate if you talk long.
Okay.
If you can do it in English.
I know, I was about to let you know.
Be better.
Pues no, el equipo está muy bien. La verdad que nos sentimos que hemos dado un paso adelante y llevamos buenas semanas, ¿no? Y sobre todo la mejora. del equipo, pero está claro que lo más importante, bueno, el pasado es el pasado, lo más importante viene el viernes, ¿no? Y los 40 minutos que nos esperan y ahí tenemos que ser fuertes, ahí tenemos que preparar mentalmente, porque durante todos los partidos vienen momentos malos y cómo lo aguantas es lo más importante. Pero obviamente fue bueno de ir de menos a más durante esta temporada y yo creo que llegar bien mentalmente para este evento y ojalá nos pueda servir.
If I can translate that quickly, he said the team showed up in a really good shape. They got some practicing to go, work on the final games, and they hope and wish and desire that at the end of this week they'll be the ones raising the cup. Is that about it, Thomas?
Yeah.
That sound good?
Perfect.
Perfect, good. Next question, we'll go back to this side of the room. Let's see if we can get over here on the other side. Oh, maybe not. We already found somebody. There we go.
My question is for Mike James and Mr. Obradovic. Guys, do you consider yourselves as favorite coming into the semifinal with Olympiacos, even though you are a lower seed because you beat that team twice this season?
To be honest, in Final Four, I don't really think it is a favorite. I think just because of the format and how it's set up, I think since it's one game, you kind of just go into it and play. I think everybody's pretty much on a level playing scale, and you figure it out. I think it is a little. They say it's hard to beat a team 3 times in a season, so maybe like that plays a part. But I think it's one game, so you don't ever really have a favorite. To me.
I think, me personally, I think...
We have the fans outside cheering for the Final Four.
I mean, just to answer, I mean, it's unfair, to treat, like the team, with such a big history, with the best coach in Europe, like with the team, who possess how many players who already been here, and with this kind of experience, it's a completely different competition. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take this role of underdog, but I'm sure that, we're gonna, fight till the end.
Thanks, Coach, and sorry to interrupt you. I didn't know you were going to jump in there also. Another question down here, if we can. Right here in the middle.
Hi, it's Cesc Villalta from Barça TV. Mi pregunta en castellano para Satoransky, para Tomás. Te quería preguntar, Tomás, ¿cómo de importante es para ti, un jugador que tiene bastantes minutos en el equipo, también saber que tienes a compañeros que quizá no juegan tanto, pero que también suman mucho, que pueden ayudar desde el banquillo y el buen ambiente que generan dentro del grupo? Gracias.
Sí, es muy importante, ¿no? Para un jugador tener alrededor los jugadores que apoyan mucho al equipo. No tiene que ser siempre en la pista, pero fuera también en el vestuario, y que hacen un poco el grupo, ¿no? La química en el equipo. Yo creo que hemos tenido mucha suerte de tener esta gente alrededor en nuestro vestuario. La verdad que química ha sido espectacular durante esta temporada, y cada uno tiene su parte, ¿no? En eso. Y por eso yo creo que nos podemos sentir con confianza de tener este grupo, y ahora hay que demostrarlo en la pista.
Couple more questions here. If we can please do them in English, that would be so much better for everybody, if possible, so that we can answer them in English also, because they're not paying me to be a translator here today. Where are we, on this side now? Right there, we got a microphone back there. Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Alexandra Radivojevic from Sport Club Serbia. I have a question for Mike James. I think I saw your little smile when you hear the song of those Olympiacos fans out there. What that means to you, and how do you feel about that first game on the Final Four?
It's fun, It's nice to have fans, I guess. But excited for the first game. Ready to go.
Mike, you got a lot of fans, man. You don't have to worry about that. Next question over on this side. If we can go all the way over to this corner here. Let's go on this side all the way to the corner. There we go. Stand up, your name and media outlet, please.
Hello, Alexander Petrovic, RT Balkan. Question for Olympiacos, both of you. You came here as a season leaders. You hear the fans outside. Are you the team with the most pressure on this Final Four? Do you consider yourself the team with the most pressure? Thank you.
I don't think so. First of all, we are happy, really happy to be here. You know, it's for Olympiacos. It was the real goal for us is to be in the highest level of EuroLeague again, and I think we proved it second year in a row that we are participants in the Final Four. I cannot allow to anybody in the team right after the Final Four to feel uncomfortable, to feel unhappy, to feel that we fail if we don't win the cup. You know, it's first of all because I really appreciate this competition. I know that the best coaches, the best players, the best clubs right now are the competitors. And talking with a lot of coaches, my colleagues, you know, in this competition, right after the end of the season, we really feel exhausted because we know that we play finals from early in October up until now. So, in my opinion, there are three different competitions: the regular season, the playoffs, and the Final Four. We have to enjoy it. We need to. This is what I'm trying to convince the players. We need to enjoy our, you know, participation here. We have to give everything, and if we give everything, at the end, we're going to be happy. Listen, in this competition, you cannot say that the title, the team that wins the title is the only successful team. There are a lot of successful teams, even the teams that they didn't achieve the playoffs. This is what I believe. A lot of good job, a lot of good work for everybody here in EuroLeague, but also here, I cannot see any of this team that can fail, you know, because they didn't win the title. But of course, we are going to do our best to win the title for sure.
Next question, all the way back there in the corner, I think, is the last person.
Noemí Fernández por Real Madrid Televisión en español. Para Chus Mateo.
Naomi, you can speak English. Come on, girl.
I prefer in Spanish, please. Para Chus Mateo, entrenador del Real Madrid. Chus, preguntarte por las virtudes de tu equipo. ¿Qué es lo que os ha vuelto a traer a esta Final Four? Gracias.
The question was, what virtues has helped Chus bring his team back to the Final Four?
Bueno, creo que hicimos un buen trabajo durante la liga regular. Como dice, no puedo estar más de acuerdo con el coach Barzocas, porque es verdad que hay muchos equipos que lo han hecho bien durante todo el año y no por el hecho de no llegar a playoff o de no llegar a la Final Four no merecen un aplauso también. Creo que nosotros estuvimos arriba toda la liga regular, buscamos la ventaja de campo y al final la ventaja de campo fue clave para pasar este playoff. Fue muy duro el pasar y ahora ya no hay más vuelta atrás. No hay pasado, no hay lesiones, no hay estadísticas, no hay favoritos. Creo que una Final Four es algo que hay que disfrutar después del trabajo que hemos hecho. Por supuesto que queremos ganarla, estamos aquí para competir y para tratar de hacerlo lo mejor posible, pero ya de por sí el hecho de estar para nosotros es algo importante. El hecho de competir año tras año entre los 4 mejores desde hace mucho tiempo, compitiendo entre los 4 mejores para poder ser campeones de Europa, independientemente que la ganes o no en este fin de semana, ya es algo importante. Yo estoy muy contento con el esfuerzo que ha hecho el equipo y realmente llegamos bien, llegamos con buena mentalidad, llegamos con ganas de afrontar 40 minutos. Como digo, no hay pasado, no hay futuro, hay un partido delante de nuestras mentes y eso es lo que queremos hacer bien.
Thank you, Chus. Another question over here, right here in the middle.
Hello, Rytis Kazlauskas from National Broadcaster of Lithuania, LRT. Sveiki, treneri, Šarūnai Jasikevičiau. Tengo una pregunta. I have one question for you, Coach. It's your Final Four, number 10, as we just discussed with the colleagues from Lithuania. And you've been through the countless Final Fours as a player, now as a head coach, as former Žalgiris Kaunas, now Barcelona. Is there a typical routine before Final Four? Do you get enough of sleep with the time passing, with getting more experience, or do you remember any stories of not having any sleep just before the first game of the Final Four? Thank you.
Yeah, I think the first Final Four in Barcelona in 2003 was brutal. You don't know what to expect. You want it so much. There's not any possibility of sleeping. I didn't sleep for a week. You're trying to catch an hour there, and because of the nerves, obviously. So we understand what the players are going through, especially the guys who are, you know, the first time, the second time Final Fours. With every Final Four, you know, everything is much more easier. You know what to expect. I sleep great, you know. So yeah, everything, you know, once you go through it so many times, you kind of know what to expect. You know the routine. I even know the questions you guys will ask here, you know, so it's easy now.
Come on, make it more difficult for Coach, will you? Right down here in the middle, if we can. Especially if it's in English. There we go.
Thank you. Best of luck to all of you. Alexander Sombolu from Apoyo Matini newspaper. One question for Coach Saras. Coach, as Joe said before, 3 of the teams that are participating in the Final Four have survived a very tough series. They won by 3-2 and very difficult matches. Your team has arrived here with a relatively more easy qualification with 3-0 against Žalgiris. Because it's the first time that the Final Four is taking place only 1 week after the 5 games, do you think that this fact is an advantage for your team because you have more time to rest? Or it's a disadvantage because the other 3 teams are here with a more tough character and, you know, winning a very tough series?
Well, there's couple parts to it for sure. I think it's the best to finish the season as series as quick as possible. We found an opportunity to rest. We found an opportunity to recover from the injuries. Also, like Coach Matteo says, it's not important at the end. Now we're all here, 80 minutes away from the title. With the past, it's not important. You know, the future is not important. It's about living in this moment and trying to do the best job. And at the same time, we had 2 very difficult games on Friday and Sunday in the Spanish league. As we know, the level of the Spanish league, we had to go into a very tough place and in Vitoria, play against Baskonia, and this was probably the best that could have happened for us 5 days before the Final Four. So, you know, I think, however it is, the most important is tomorrow. These 40 minutes, we all here, deservedly so. One season you finish the series 3-2, next season 3-0. It's not really important.
Another question over here, right, with the lady with the white sweater on, who's been waving her hand at me for the last 20 minutes.
Once Sketch Televisión Española, I would like to ask in Spanish to Saras and to
But you spoke English perfectly.
No, but I need them to talk in Spanish. Saras, muy buenos días. Chus Mateo también. La misma pregunta para los dos. Me gustaría que nos explicarais qué os decís a vosotros mismos ante la que podría ser uno de los momentos más importantes de vuestra carrera, ¿no? En el caso de Saras, por estar donde estamos, por jugar en casa y por lo especial que hace esta Final Four. En el caso de Chus Mateo, por ese debut que es de máxima exigencia. Gracias.
Oh, para mí lo más importante, yo siempre digo que lo más importante en esta situación es picar a la puerta, ¿no? Yo creo que nosotros hemos estado aquí 3 años, estamos dando oportunidades a nosotros mismos, ¿no? Como equipo para, ojalá lo clasificar para gran final de domingo y luego ya veremos. Pero lo más importante es dar oportunidades, estar juntos y ojalá una vez nos salgan las cosas bien hasta final.
Bueno, para mí...
Perfect. One more question. Let's go on this side of the floor now. Go back and forth.
The question?
Over here in the corner.
Joe.
Up top.
Joe. The question was for two coaches.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear from both coaches. Sorry.
No, te decía que para mí lo más importante es disfrutar del momento. Creo que hemos sufrido durante el año el trabajo. Bueno, el trabajo no lo hemos sufrido, pero sí las subidas y bajadas, el hecho de que en un momento determinado estés mejor o peor. Pero sufres queriendo entrar y queriendo alcanzar un objetivo. Hemos alcanzado un objetivo muy bonito, que es estar aquí para poder competir y para poder ganar. Vamos a llegar hasta el final, vamos a intentar, después de lo mucho que hemos sufrido, el poder alcanzar y tocar el título, y ojalá que sea así. Ahora, de verdad que lo único que pensamos, yo por lo menos en mi cabeza, es disfrutar el momento, quitar dramatismo a cualquier situación negativa y tratar de salir adelante como equipo, que creo que nos ha reforzado muchísimo la liga regular y el playoff final.
Thank you, Chus, and sorry about that. One more question up here on top.
Hello, coach for Sasha. In Monaco, I don't know if we know exactly how important is a Final Four in the basketball. So can you explain how hard, how tough it is to be actually in the fourth best position in the league, and what does it represent for such a small country as Monaco is? Thanks.
Definitely, you could feel it every day, you know, like after we did, you know, what we did. Actually being, you know, like in 2 years, you know, like in the middle of, you know, like this kind of event, you know, it's really great honor, first of all, you know, for me, for the players, for Monaco, for France, you know, as a basketball, you know, country. And I believe, you know, we did, you know, like through all season promote the basketball in the best possible way. Even though, you know, like maybe sometimes was less appreciation, you know, like for what we did, you know, like those comments or those acts, medias, whatever, motivate us even more, you know, like to do the job over the line. And I think, you know, definitely we did it.
Thank you, Coach. Let's go to another question. All the way to the back, please. Hold on 1 second. Before you give up the mic, 1 second, please. We have I think our surprise finally showed up, from what I understand. Sophia's probably here to help me. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Introducing your 2023 Turkish Airlines EuroLeague MVP, Sasa Stenkov.
Bravo, Mr.
And of course, Sophia, finally.
Hello, I'm here. I won't interrupt you again, Joe.
Congratulations. Thank you. Hey, let's look up on the screens and check out why you won this award with some highlights.
Sasha Vezenkov, the one-man wrecking ball. That is big danger. Uh-oh, Vezenkov, yeah, it's just a matter of time.
Oh my goodness.
That is a phenomenal performance by Sasha Vezenkov.
Man, congratulations. As humble as ever, huh? As humble as ever.
First of all, I want to thank everybody who voted for me. I want to thank the whole organization of Olympiacos, the president, the coach, the whole coaching staff, each player that we have 10 months together to reach to the Final Four and to be here. All the guys who are working, all the guys who are working behind the cameras, who are every day with us and take care of us. And really, I'm really excited to be here. I want to say good luck to the 4 teams, and I hope the best team to win this trophy. Thank you very much.
Sasha, I promised I wouldn't ask a question, but I'm going to go a little bit above and beyond. MVP is an incredible award. You guys had one of the most heartbreaking defeats last year in the semifinal game against Efes. Has that motivated you personally and the team throughout the season to get back to this point?
Last year was our first Final Four as a team. Only a couple of guys had the experience. For everybody of us was something new. Everybody remembers how we lost the semifinal. So I think for every one of us, the motivation was to be again here. So I think we made it, we did it, we worked hard. The Final Four is a totally different event. So we're very happy to be here. More motivated, more experienced, and more ready to fight for the trophy.
Perfect, man. I didn't know nothing else I could say, but congratulations and a credible season and a well-deserved MVP. Round of applause for this year's 2023 Turkish Airlines EuroLeague MVP. I'm sure you want to bring another trophy home with that too on top of it, don't you?
That's the most important
That's
trophy.
the most important one, right? Exactly. As we promised, we're going to continue with a couple more questions before the end of the day. Let's go back to where we were. Frank Lauer back there. Sorry, Frank, sorry I stole the mic from you. We know how much you like to talk.
Hi, Frank Lawler from EuroLeague.net. I have a question for Canan Musa. You're 23 years old, your first time at the Final Four, but you can turn around in the locker room, talk to Rudy Fernandez, talk to Sergio Llull, talk to Sergio Rodriguez about what it takes. Are you going to tap into their experience for this event?
I mean, yeah, of course, it's a great thing when you have those kind of veterans who has so many titles and Final Four appearances. So that's of course helpful a lot for us young players, new players who came in Real Madrid. But as a unit, I think we help each other a lot, and those 3 guys in particular help us a lot to achieve what we achieved this year, and they help us mentor every day, our way into this Final Four. So we hope that translate that experience from them and to help us trying to win a game.
Someone over there, next question. Yeah.
Hello, I'm Manos Firogiannis from EB Sports. I have one question for Coach Barzokas. The fact that the most valuable prize went to an Olympiacos player in a season that you have spoke for unselfish, and you have spoke, is it a big win for you? Is it a big win for the organization and for you as a coach? Thank you.
No, it's not a big win for me. I'm really happy. It's a great feeling that through this process, that the way that we play together, that the way that we were the first team in the league in assists, Sasha found a way to be so important for the team. And the way it is not to play for himself, although that he has these incredible numbers, the way it was a part of this team, a part of this bunch of groups, a bunch of players that they knew how to play together and finally to win games. I'm really happy for him. I'm really happy for the club because Olympiacos had this honor in the past to make the same, to bring some MVPs in the table of EuroLeague. I'm really happy for Sasha because, first of all, he's a great kid and he's a hard worker. But I'm really happy for the club also, that can give the opportunity to the players to have this kind of honor.
What's a question for the MVP?
An MVP question right there. We can't let Sasha sit up here quietly.
Thank you. The question will be in Bulgarian. I'm sorry about it, but I have to take the...
I can't help you with that one, man.
Yeah. Okay. Александър Лилов, A1 България. Сашо, на първо място честито за наградата. Очевидно изключително заслужена, но променя ли тя начинът ти на подход вече, знаейки не само вътрешно, че си сред най-добрите, но и като си се признат от цялата лига, от медиите, от твоите съиграчи и от феновете като най-полезни играчи в Евролигата?
Sasa, you can translate.
Can I answer in English?
Yeah, can you translate
Ако можеш на
the
български,
question?
аз бих го превел. I can translate it afterwards.
You threw me off. I figured if we got a question for the MVP, there's no way they're going to ask it in Greek. And you went Bulgarian on me.
The question in English is, does it change something in your approach to the game, the fact that you're the EuroLeague MVP now and you're prized by everyone in the society, in the basketball sector?
That's a great question.
You know, it's a big honor, and I'm really happy. But for me, nothing will change. I'll be the same person every day. Try to improve, try to work hard, try to make my team successful, because we play a team sport where if your team is not at the high level, you cannot be at the highest level. So for me personally, this will be a motivation and keep working hard to prove first to myself that this year is not just 1 year and that I can be consistent, because I think in the sports the most difficult thing is consistency. So I want to show first to myself that I can be consistent, and I hope this is just the beginning.
Over there.
Edmund Sablanskas, basketnews.com. I have a question for Coach Bartzokas. Earlier today, you mentioned how difficult it was for you as a newcomer to be in the Final Four. This year, we have two newcomers in Coach Obradovic and Chas Mateo. So, what would be your advice to those coaches who are the first time in the Final Four? Thank you.
I don't want to win any advice to Sasa, you know, because we have to
wish you the best.
We have to compete tomorrow. But anyway, for me, this is the fourth, Final Four. So I wasn't a newcomer, but basically the base of the team, except some exceptions like Kostas Panicolaou and Kostas Loukas, that they have a lot of appearances in the Final Four, were newcomers. What I try to tell them is that they have to live out what is going on with their families here, what is going on with the media, and to have the same routine that we had the whole season, in the away on the road games. The same diet, the same practice, the same way of resting. This is it. Of course, it's a crucial game, tomorrow's game, and probably the final, but nothing has to change in our routine. This is it.
Let's go another question over on this side of the floor. Right there, the mic's there.
Hello, everybody. My name is Antonis Kalkavouras from Gazeta in Greece. The question is for Saras because it seems that he's so popular here because not only because he was born here. He's a veteran for the Final Four as a player and as a coach, and he knows very well the semifinals between two teams from the same country. It's the second time in a row, fifth in the history of the Clásico, and I would like his take concerning the difference between this kind of game in Spain and this kind of game in Greece. Back in 2009, he was a player of Panathinaikos in the game against Olympiakos.
Well, I think maybe, you have to treat it like any other game. I think what's creating the whole fuss around it, it's the media. I think you have to leave it out. I think, like Yorgo said, you have to treat this like any other game. Focus on your routines, focus on what's got you here. Obviously, you need to make adjustment according to your opponents and how they play, but as much as possible, try to keep it like any other game. And like I said, we're not going to be perfect, but the idea is to continue playing good basketball and, not to give a lot of stuff for free, which is always the key in the big games.
Another question over there? Yeah, there.
Good evening. I would ask in English because I saw that not only the journalists ask in English here, but okay, I respect. For Sasha Vezenkov, congratulations first of all. You are more close to the cup from everyone. You will change the MVP to take this in Sunday night. Thank you.
Yes. Yes, definitely. We're fighting for this cup 10 months. I'm not saying I'm not happy about the individual award, but this cup is above everything. We're fighting, we're practicing every day. So I think that, yeah, definitely 100%.
We got our last question of the evening. We're going to go all the way to the back of the shop. We got our last question, please.
Question, Igor Petrinovic from Europe.net. Question for Kostas. You have a lot of Final Four experience, but it's your first time as a team captain. Does that change a little about your, responsibilities, feelings about this event this year? Thank you.
To be honest with you, I thought the hardest part that I would have to do in this weekend would be this tip-off event, but it went very smoothly for me. The last question only, thank you for these guys. No, I think you just have to focus and just gotta be the same guy and the same team you've been. I will agree with Coach Saras and our coach said that you have to be the same, that you have to use the same recipe that brought you here, We don't need somebody to be a hero. We don't need somebody to do something extra. We don't need anybody to do anything special. We just need to work the same way we worked throughout the whole season and try to bring it to the court our way of playing, our mentality, our toughness, our competitiveness. And in the end of the day, we will see what will happen, because here is 4 teams that I can really not tell, like, let's say if we win or Monaco or Barca or Real win, who would be saying that, okay, they didn't have a good season. Every one of us had a great season so far. So the odds are split, and it's just a matter of who will be in the best day and who will be taking advantage of his strengths and into games. And that's it. We have to do our best and stay focused and play the game and enjoy it, because you never know when the next chance or the next opportunity for you to be a part of this event will come. So just enjoy it.
Thank you, Kostas. And that's going to be the end of our tip-off event. I'm going to wrap it up by, first of all, thanking everybody who showed up today. We really want to thank you for your attendance. We'd love to thank the fans who wrote in and sent so many questions. Also love to thank our stars who sent our video messages to you guys and asked questions. Of course, I'd love to thank Sophia for surprising me and not being here with me today, but bringing us the biggest surprise of the day. So as far as I'm concerned here, I need you guys all right now to stay on stage if you can for some photo ops right now. All right, everybody come up and take photos of all the players and everything before we wrap up. And for the rest of the media and fans out there following us, stay tuned to all the EuroLeague platforms, please, throughout the weekend. The Final Four action, and that's from whatever device you choose nowadays. We got a million different options. So thank you very much, Joe Arlaucas and Sofia Del Prado.
Thank you.
Good day, and good luck, fellas.
Was that close for me to